The following program may contain strong language and mature content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, I'm Donta.
And hey, I'm Dana.
And welcome to the Donta Show.
It's your boy Kwame, the man with the plan behind the stands. I'm going to go ahead and make this quick because some of y'all got mouths and be talking mess in the comments and saying that the intro commercial is too long. So, I got something for you. Here we go. Let's get into it. Before we bring out these awesome kings, I need you to stop what you're doing. Excuse me? Excuse me? Ma'am? Sir? You? Yeah, you! Whether you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, I need you to go ahead and share this live stream. Donta and Dana didn't get all dressed up for you not to share their melanated goodness. So share. You share everything else up in here. Share some quality content for your boys. Now that we mentioned YouTube, are you subscribed to the Donta Show's YouTube? Oh, you're not? Oh, girl. I'm going to need y'all to get it together. Join the village. Go over to www.youtube.com/Donta Morrison. And when you get a chance, head over to Dr. Morrison's. That's right, your boy got his PhD. Head over to Dr. Donta Morrison's website, www.dontamorrison.com, where you can learn more about the man, the myth, the legend known as Donta. And while you're at it, grab some TDS merch and his books. Yes, purchase those smutty books filled with smut. Grab The End of the Rainbow and Yesterday Clarified. And last but not least, head over to the company that put this all together, Pyro Media Network. Pyro Media Network is a proactive network focused on providing an innovative space for content creators and entrepreneurs. PMN is dedicated to giving its viewers a diverse entertainment experience while helping content creators elevate their production, engagement, and overall branding. To date, PMN has reached over 1 million viewers and listeners internationally, produced over 52 successful shows with high ratings and fanfare, and has housed over 60 content creators, brands, and businesses through entertainment and consulting services exclusive to PMN. Pyro Media Network is a network that makes you feel at home. So if you have an idea for a show, podcast, or need some professional video and audio production for your business or brand, then join the Pyro family today. Go ahead and visit www.pyromedianetwork.com and we will show you how to go to the next level. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please help me welcome my brothers from another mother, the dynamic duo, the melanated kings themselves, Donta and Dana. Let's get it. Let's go!
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Donta Show. Happy Monday after post Thanksgiving. Do we say Thanksgiving? I'm a little torn on that one. Happy post come together and eat a lot of food and be gluttonous day in America. Yeah. Gluttonous day in America. Because I'm still wondering why we still are having Thanksgiving. What's up, Linda Love, over there on the U and the two B's? What it do?
YouTube.
So I am Dr. Donta Morrison, and I am here with my partner in crime, my phenomenal co-host, the man, the myth, the legend, the Pittsburgh Steeler himself,
Dana Dang. What's up, everybody? Y'all see it? Black and yellow till I die. Where Joe at? Where Joe at?
He ain't here yet. He ain't here yet.
Because we're playing them right now. That's why.
Yes, Kyrie.
Oh, there you go.
Kyrie, happy post low vibrational plate day. So I was sitting up, to be honest, I was seeing that all over social media. My plate is low vibration. My plate is high vibration. I'm not sure what all that low and high stuff means. So help me understand, what does low vibration, high vibration mean? I'm not sure. Dane, do you know what it means?
No, but they're going to educate us. Somebody needs to educate us because I heard that before too. And I was trying to figure out myself, low vibration, high vibration. Right. How can you let somebody dictate your vibration? That's what threw me off.
Well, because I want to be in sync. I want to be in sync about that. Speaking of artist Joe Mack, boom. What is
that? There go my brother right there, my brother Joe Mack. Look at him, yo. That's
my
right, Joe.
My book came. I got my book on Saturday. My frat brother, my friend, my compadre, Joe McClain Jr.'s latest book, Mentally Discharged. Mentally Discharged is available for purchase right now on his website, and he's gonna tell us all the other ways they can get it too. So listen. Mentally Discharged, and it's about this brother's mental health challenges as he went through the Navy. He is a black man being transparent, opening up about his mental health. Black men, we need to be more transparent, honest about the challenges that we face when it comes to mental health. So kudos to my bro, Joe McClain, for putting pen to paper and writing about his challenges in this book. So you make sure to get a copy of this book. I see the Thai Squad is.
Oh, they are in here, ain't they? Thai squad is in the building.
You know, I love y'all, squad. I appreciate y'all. We're going to have a real conversation tonight, squad, because I'm heated about tonight's subject. I am upset. I'm scarred. I'm triggered. I'm traumatized and all that good stuff. We're going to talk about it on tonight in real and raw fashion. We're going to keep it 100 like we always do. So shout out to Thai East and the Thai squad for supporting the Donta Show.
Yes,
for coming over here and helping the village grow. I appreciate it. Okay. Low vibrational is the amount of food and the way it's prepared.
Oh, okay.
Okay, got it. Oh, so I had a high vibration plate because my plate was stacked. It was like this. It was like a mound, like in Close Encounters when you had the mashed potatoes making the thing. My plate was very high vibrational. But let me ask this question, Dana, do you eat chitlins?
No, I do not eat chitlins. I don't even eat skins, pork rinds, because they just fried chitlins. No.
So where are my chitlins eaters at? Because I was watching social media, and social media be trying to go ham on the get it? Go ham.
Go ham.
On the chitlin eaters, and y'all be trying to chitlin shame. And I'm not down with all that chitlin shaming. So I want to know, where are my chitlins eaters at? If you are a chitterling eater, please represent, say it loud, say it proud. Don't be ashamed. Don't hide behind the hot sauce. Don't run. Don't be embarrassed. Talk about it. Do you eat chitlins? I am a chitlin eater. I love a good chitlin. I love a clean chitlin. I love a good chitlin. If you cook a chitlin with the potato in the pot, the chitlins don't stink. You got to know how to prepare your chitlins. See, some of y'all acting all grand and whatnot. If you don't eat pork, I understand.
And you know what?
Eaters a pass.
And those of us that know Donta and know him well, now we see why he's always talking shit.
Because
he digests.
I ingest it. So if you don't eat pork, I give you a pass. I understand. You don't eat pork at all, so that's all good. But if you are a pork eater, but you sit there and frown at those of us who eat chitlins, then shame on you. I don't care. Shame on you. All right? Period, point blank. So Z said, I ain't that hungry. Come yet. comma yet. Like our elders always say, keep living, baby. Keep living.
Hey,
it's gonna
if Trump get back in office, you never know. We may be eating chitlin soup,
chitlin, hog
hog
maws,
maws,
pig feet, pickle pig feet that you get out the jar at the liquor store, and you want to point which one you want in the jar. So stop acting all some kind of way. You know. Oh, I'm good and free, Kyrie. I'm good and free. Free to eat my chitlins the way I want it. Period. So that's all I got to say. Some of y'all real. Let me look at this little thread.
Donta, you looking good in that light right there, though. I don't
you
know
see it?
On. What you done did, man? What you done did? You shaved?
He trying to find his global for 2023 hit. You know, some of y'all wait until January 1st to start doing the work, but I realize I need to start doing the work now. I gotta start doing the work now.
Yeah, me too. You know, I've always been doing the work.
Hey, every day ain't
right
promised.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see.
Yeah, every day is not promised. Thai Squad, what's up? Pam?
Donta,
good evening, Pam. Good evening.
You got to get a light skin look, though. Come on, give me one.
Come on, CJ's daughter. CJ's daughter said, I'm sorry. If you have oral sex, you can eat pork.
Dear God.
Listen, those of y'all out there acting all grand, I don't eat pork, I don't eat this, I don't eat no swine, but you put everything else in your mouth, Kyrie Sinaj. So
come on, Kwame, stop it off.
Just want to say, stop being that way. For those who just tuned in, yo, my frat bro, he's on this thread. He wrote a book about his experience dealing with mental health while serving in the United States Navy. The book is called Mentally Discharged. I got my copy in the mail. I'm gonna check it out. I know it's a solid read. I can't wait to read it. So, yo, if you are dealing with any kind of mental health challenges, struggles, and whatnot, do not be afraid to pick up the phone and call for help. Do not be afraid to say, yo, I'm going through, I'm dealing with it. I need some couch time. I need to sit down with somebody. If you are a Christian, just because you are going to see a therapist does not mean that your faith in Christ has wavered. It just means that you are using the resources that God created, that God made, and that God equipped to better your life and better your journey while you are here on earth. All right. So don't be a Christian thinking you can't talk to no therapist because all I need is Jesus. Yes, Jesus and Dr. Whomever.
Because and I got to give it up to Joe, man.
Prepared by Jesus to make sure you have what you need. All right.
I want to give it up to Joe real quick. Y'all see us going back and forth on here. Actually, our teams are playing each other right now, but I really have a genuine love for Joe. He's a good brother. I met him once. We were supposed to hang out when I went to San Diego, but time didn't permit. But Joe's a real stand-up guy. I felt like I've been knowing him for years. But get his material. That's my guy. That's my brother. Love it.
Yes. Thank you, Thais. The official Thais report is in the house. And yo, let me give flowers for those of y'all that may not have been aware. I may not have logged in. My brother Thais got awarded last Saturday before last, at an event honoring the phenomenal work that the Thais report is doing. Yo, some of y'all be sleeping on Thais report, and Eddie is at the point now. Eddie be like, the Thais reported yet? Well, I don't believe it. Okay. Now you making Thais equivalent with TMZ. Okay, Eddie, I'm going to stand back. All right. But yo, if you want all that up-to-date stuff and whatnot, check out the Thais report on YouTube. Check out Thais Jackson on Facebook. Just check it out. Good content, up-to-date, informed, and well-researched. All right. So yo, check it out. So Thai Squad, thank y'all for being here. I appreciate you. Village, we appreciate you. And we finna get into tonight's conversation. All right, tonight's conversation. So I'm not sure how we're gonna start framing this, but I know a lot of you heard about the mass shooting that happened at Club Q. It happened at Club Q in Colorado Springs. I think about 3 weeks ago, 5 people died. It happened during Transgender Week of Awareness. And, you know, it's another mass shooting in America that was tragic. It left people dead. However, it happened at a gay nightclub, which guess who came back out the box again? The clergy, the saints, the Christians, they came out the box talking about, well, not all, some came out the box and was just like, I have something to say, something to comment on. We talk about people that died. All right. So, yo, we're about to show, I think Kwame has the clip ready. I'm going to show this clip from this clergy, this clergy. I'm going to give him his little title because that's what his followers call him. This preacher, Aaron Thompson, and from Sure Foundation Baptist Church. So he shared his thoughts on the situation, thoughts on the circumstance, but I'm going to let y'all know right now, this may be triggering for some of y'all to watch. Just brace yourself for the vitriol that this guy says, this vitriol this guy states. It is very brutal. It is very raw, but it is his opinion. Yes, Thais, him. So here we go. Kwame, whenever you're ready, just push play.
I mentioned this on Thursday night, but teachers that are, sitting there teaching little children about the filth of sodomy, they should be taken out back and shot in the back of the head by the government, by the way, not by us. So I'm trying to make it so the clip can't just because they always want to clip out that part of it when we say something like that. They're like, well, and then they'll just say, well, they say it like that so that they're really giving a secret code to go ahead and tell them to go kill people. Look, I'm not telling anybody to kill anybody. Well, let me make that clear. I'm not saying Christians should do it. If a Christian does it, I didn't tell them to do that. They didn't get that idea from me. I believe that if someone's worthy of death, that the government should carry out that sentence. Romans 13. End of story. Someone was saying to me this morning, they were, texting me, telling me that I'm going to lose my tax exempt status or whatever for talking about how the government should kill, people of the LGBT or whatever. And that I'm calling, they always say this, you're calling for the death. You're calling for the death. No, I'm just saying the government should do their job. I said, how about this? Do you believe that a pedophile or a mass serial killer should be put to death? And they didn't have the courage to say what really needed to be said, which was, yes, I do. Instead, they said, well, I believe the judges should do their jobs. That's a chicken way of saying that, yes, they do believe that, but they're not going to say it to me in text because maybe they want to share it with their buddies about how they got in contact with the pastor that believes in this or whatever. So I can share it on Twitter with that fat sounding guy, that atheist guy, what's his name, Mehmet or whatever. What's his name, Brother Sean? The guy that keeps showing our clips on Twitter all the time? Mehmet, what is the Meta or something like that? Anyway, he keeps showing all these clips of the pastors in the new IFB saying things, but he always makes sure to not put in the parts where we caveat things and say, hey, we're not telling people to go kill people. But I keep getting all these messages all the time where people are saying, you're calling for the death of these people. And it's like, no, I'm not. I'm just saying that the government should do their... He's calling for the death of all the sodomites. No, I'm not calling for the death of all the sodomites. God is calling for all the death of the sodomites. There's a difference there. I can't call anybody in the government and have them do anything for me. This is the other thing they're saying. He's calling for the government to kill all the sodomites. I'm saying, let me be very clear. I'm saying that if we lived in a righteous nation where the law of God was reigning supreme, then the government would kill sodomites.
That within itself.
Thank you for stopping that, because I was.
But that wasn't the worst part. That was not the worst part. So we can start unpacking it right there. But the worst part was when he started talking about the Club Q shooting and said it's a good thing. He said it's a good thing, and he said I don't really care that they got killed. I don't care if they got killed. They should have been killed because they're out there being pedophiles and bliggity, 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 bliggity. So just a little bit that he said, the fact that this man has an audience. And what I want to say, yes, Thais, it gets much worse. I think Kwame is trying to find the video where he specifically talks about the incident, the mass shooting that happened at Club Q. He specifically talks about that. But what I want to touch on right now is the fact that I don't want us to focus so much on this guy. I want us to focus on those that are out there whose videos we have not seen. This is not just a solo opinion of what should have occurred. There are pastors of all denominations, of all ethnicities, of all genders that believe the same way this guy believes. And these type of individuals are still walking around allegedly preaching the love of Christ. Love is absent in all of their messaging. There is nothing loving about even entertaining the death of an individual based upon whatever you believe they should or should not be doing. And when we look at stuff like this, you know, unfortunately, because it is so many pastors out there that have these mega platforms that have the ability to come forward and debunk, you know, idiots like this, but they're remaining silent. And I always hear people say silence is consent. Now I'm not saying that those who don't believe in what he's saying is consenting with him, but there is a deafening silence from pulpits across the country, black, white, Latino, or whatever, that is pushing back on idiots like this. So Dana, what went through your mind when you heard this guy talking? As a heterosexual individual, how did it make you feel?
Well, one thing that stood out to me is we watch movies, we watch YouTube videos, we watch TikTok, all social media. So for him to continually say, I'm personally not telling anybody to go out there and kill or whatever, you're still an influence. Whether you're personally saying, hey, Donta, hey, Dana, hey, Kwame, hey, whoever, go do this, you're still putting the idea in someone's head to go create a crime, regardless of, again, if you're individually directly talking to them or not. It's just mess. And I believe that he should be banned from the internet because these are human beings you're talking about. These are human beings. Now, what if someone of the LGBT community gets on there and says, I believe the government should go out and take away European preachers? You know what I'm saying?
Just say
Stuff
white.
like that. Okay, white preachers. So, but then you have to also think, not everyone that goes to gay clubs is gay. That's what he's being ignorant to. Not everyone that goes to these type of facilities and functions, pride and things are like that is gay. So are gay. Some people want to go because it's a good feeling. The music, you know, the atmosphere is no judgment. And some people just want to go chill. You know what I'm saying? But we as society will automatically say you're guilty by association with something.
Well, I'm
like
never
that.
accused of being straight because I hang around you. So there's clearly a double standard here.
Well, you have been. My inbox is black.
People never say, "Oh my God, Donta, you must really be straight. You hanging around Dana." No,
but again, right. But it's just crazy how we as society and somebody with that type of platform. I don't know how many watchers. I don't know how many viewers he has, but someone with that platform can easily influence someone to go do something hurtful to someone, and that it's not good. It's not good at all.
I like what Ray Bishop said. Ray Bishop said he could have easily be talking about people of color. Yes.
Right.
Now I'm going to ask this question to the village and the Thai squad. If he had been talking about people of color, how do you think the response would have been? Because he's talking about members of the LGBT community, you know, he's not getting the backlash I think he rightfully deserves. Yeah, he getting a few little tweaks and whatnot, but he ain't get what I think he deserves. Had he said something like, well, they shot up a black club and all blacks should be killed, or they shot up a Latino club and that's good, I'm glad all the Mexicans got shot and they're all dead because they shouldn't be here anyway, I guarantee you by now, the church would have been burned down. It'd have been burned down. But I always tell people they don't understand what it feels like to be a triple minority, you know, to be black, to be gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, you know, whatever else up in there, to have HIV, all those different intersections you have to navigate. That is difficult to do. So as a black person watching this white man talk about killing, you know, members of the gay community and being gay. No, he didn't talk about black people specifically, but he still talked about a piece of me that he wished was dead or that deserves to be shot and killed. Now, the problem I have with that is that a lot of black pastors that I know for a fact are silent and not saying nothing about these kind of demonic sermons spewing from the mouth of white people. They're not saying anything. And I'm concerned about the fact that we are losing compassion for people as a whole because we don't want to be perceived as one of them. Dana, I always applaud you because you're against bullying. You don't care how a person identifies. If the person is cool, the person is cool.
Yeah.
But there are so many people out there who are cowards because they don't want to be seen with someone like me because they don't want folks to think they're gay. Well, if they're going to think you're gay, they're going to think you're gay whether you're with me or not.
Right,
homie.
exactly.
You know, your jeans are tighter than mine. You know, so it ain't me you hanging around that's making them think you're gay. It's something about you that makes them think you're gay.
Wait a minute. My jeans are not tighter than his. He was just speaking. I don't want y'all to be thinking I'm out here wearing skinny jeans. Okay? He was just saying if somebody's with somebody, sometimes guys wear skinny jeans. Let's get that straight. I cannot fit a pair of skinny jeans. I don't care how big they are. I cannot fit okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Dana, for clarifying that. I don't want nobody to be confused about that. But I always tell my straight homies, like, yo, hanging with me ain't gonna make you gay, ain't gonna make folks think you gay. If they think you gay, they think you gay. Whether you with me or not. You know, and that's something that you need to, unpack amongst yourself. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
And I tell my friends too, it's like, oh man, you hanging around them or they hanging and they looking at me. It's like, dude, why would you think they looking at you if the girls ain't even looking at you? It's like
ugly is ugly.
Right. Ugly is ugly in every whatever. A dollar money is green. So
right.
Yeah.
If you ugly, you ugly. Okay, there you go. Joe Mack hit it nail on the head and followed up by Patricia Ellington that gave confirmation to it. Our black pastors are not going to say anything unless a check is involved and they don't want to lose that money, that skrilla, that dollar. Now, I'm not saying that all pastors, all clergy out there are just chasing the dollar or money hungry, but there are a few that is like, I will support your cause if you grease this palm. And I'm looking like, people are dying. People are killing themselves. People are depressed, psychologically just all messed up. And you trying to find a way to get rich off of that. That's not cool. And that is not the way of Christ. And I think that there needs to be healthy conversations within, I'm going to say the black church specifically. There needs to be healthy discourse about human sexuality. And I always tell these pastors, I am not trying to change your theological belief. Because whatever you believe is what you believe. I am trying to change your approach to issues that are affecting the black community.
Right.
Period. Point blank. You can believe what you want to believe. However, the way you treat people, the way you show love and compassion and empathy should be in alignment with how Christ wants us to treat each other. Bible says, love thy neighbor as you love thyself. Well, if you're wishing death upon me and I am your neighbor, clearly you're wishing death upon yourself because you don't care about you either. All right. So, K. Rich says, I don't care how I feel about a certain political or social issue, but when a preacher stands up in the pulpit and tries to tell me how to think, I'm out. Don't tell me who to love. Yes, agreed. K. Rich, boundaries. It's like, believe what you want to believe, but don't bring that into my household. Don't bring that into me. Don't try to stop that. So I agree. I agree 100%. Hold on, what am I missing? Steelers wear skinnies.
After I gave him that good old dissertation, he's still mad because, I done pumped his book up, said how nice he is, and he just mad because the unicorns didn't have enough fairy dust to beat us today.
There's this love-hate relationship between these Steelers and who is it? The Colts?
No, the unicorns.
But it also hurts me, and I see a lot of people that are commenting in the thread that are saying, that's why I left the church. That's why I left the church. That's why I left the church. And I agree. And I totally understand. And I tell a lot of clergy that I've had the opportunity to have solid conversation with. I'm like, this is why people are leaving the church. People ain't leaving the church because you just believe what you believe. People are leaving the church because you are pushing your personal agenda upon the life of someone else. Meanwhile, you're still doing your own stuff. You got umpteen kids throughout the church. They all the same age, and they all calling you pastor. because they don't know you, they daddy. But then you want to look at me, who's been with the same person for decades, you know, and say, yo, you're going to go to hell. Well, you know what, cuz I guess you driving us both. You know, and I just think that we have to begin to do the work of deconstructing these intergenerational theories about human sexuality, of how to be a good Christian, how to live for Christ. All these interpretations that are literally, a lot of them are based upon personal opinion and not well-studied dissection of text, not healthy discourse. And I think that we have to begin to get to that space. Yes, Dana.
And another thing about it is Jesus loved everybody. He loved everybody. And the thing about it is we get these people in the pulpit in these positions, and it's like, you know, even if you don't agree with something, keep it to yourself. You're still supposed to show love.
Well, I think the word love right now has lost its flavor. You know, because right now you look at social media, you know, it's easy to love all up and down timelines. You hit the heart, I love. I like this, but I love this. I think love has just lost its meaning. It has lost its flavor, and it is so loosely used nowadays that we easily say that, oh, yeah, you know, I love you. Do you?
Right,
you know?
right.
And I also think there's a fine line between acceptance and tolerance.
Because people can say they love you and don't return your phone call.
Yeah, no one wants to be tolerated. Don't tolerate me. You know, don't say you're welcome in this space. You know, we tolerate your kind here. We treat with love and tolerance. No, I don't want to be tolerated, because you tolerate someone you don't like. You know, you tolerate that family member that you know you can't get rid of because that's your grandma's favorite grandbaby, whatever. That's your cousin. So I gotta tolerate you at Thanksgiving. I gotta tolerate you at Christmas. I gotta tolerate you at birthday parties. I don't want to be around you, but I gotta tolerate you. And I think we need to unpack this word and let these pastors, let the church understand no one wants to be tolerated. Period. You know, Patricia said, but what is not being said is that people are leaving the church, but they're not leaving God. And Patricia, I want to push back slightly, just slightly. There's a lot of people that are not able to separate God and church. They still see it as the same, unfortunately.
Right.
So they figure this is God's house. God's people are treating me this way, so I'm leaving all of this. I'm leaving God's house. I'm leaving God's people. And they never think, no, don't leave God. Some people honestly are leaving God. They're leaving God and saying, I have enough. I've had enough, you know, so I don't want anything to do with it. And they become spiritual. You know, they just become spiritual. And you know, that's a whole different thing. You know, I'm not knocking nobody that's spiritual, but are you spiritual based upon what you have studied and learned? Or are you spiritual as a way to run from the hurt that you felt in church?
Right.
I'm just saying. And then just to throw scriptures up in there, you know, I got somebody here that's dropping some scripture. Ray Bishop. Come on, Bishop. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It's not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. That means you got to forgive people, Kyrie. You got to forgive people. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in the truth. It always protects. Love always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails, but where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. But love should always abound. We should always be operating in a space of love. But we really have to know what love means and how love acts in order to operate from that space. So thank you, Bishop, for dropping that scripture, dropping that text. You always got to have a text to substantiate what you were saying. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud.
Right.
Like Lamar said, be humble. Be humble. I'm just saying. Ray Bishop, you thank you, my friend, for bringing that. Thank you for bringing that. You know, so y'all, before we do the second half of this, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. So go get some libation, moisturize your throat, heat up them chitlins. You got 2 minutes to heat them chitlins up. They'll be good and scorching and piping hot. So when we come back, you got this big, wonderful, juicy bowl of pig intestines that you can just dive in on for the second half of the Donta Show. All right. We'll be right back, y'all. In two.
Oh. But that.
We're back with the second half of the Donta Show. Listen, this is your first time watching. We appreciate you. Welcome you. We thank you. Dana, how can they subscribe?
Hey, go to youtube.com/Donta Morrison. Click the subscribe button. Like I said, and I say it all the time, some of y'all still get Finger Hut. Some of y'all still get Easy Girls. Some of y'all still get Avon. And some of y'all probably still got a stack of Jet and what is those magazines?
Beat, Right On,
Sears,
Spiegel, Princess House, Tupperware, Mary Kay.
Right. Oh my God, Mary Kay. Yeah. And it's so crazy.
Black Inches.
Hey, my mom is here right now, right? She got her little bag out. I look at it, dude. I don't know none of the names of her powder, her perfume. I'm looking at it like, Mom, this all smell the same. What's going on here?
You know she got some skin so soft in that bag. She got some skin so soft.
Blacktail. There it is, Thais.
Blacktail, telling you. So listen, so we're back, and we're having this conversation about the pulpit, you know, what comes from behind the pulpit. And someone made a very valid statement. Someone said that a lot of pastors are not on the internet. A lot of pastors are not technologically savvy, so they may not even be aware that this type of rhetoric is being spewed from pulpits. Okay, right, I will give them a pass. However, I will say in this day and age, any pastor that is not technologically advanced needs to pause and reboot. They need some youth or young adults working for their church so they can kind of stay current with the times, because they're only relying on the Daily Breeze or the Herald Examiner to hit their doorpost, and they read that every day. They're going to miss out on a whole lot of stuff. So yes, Kyrie, I don't want to say it that way. I'm speaking with a little bit more grace, but I think that a lot of clergy are aware that these types of this type of vitriol is still being spewed, and the silence is annoying. At some point, is going to come a day when these pastors are going to have to say something, because folks are going to start standing up mid sermon and walking out. Now, if you ever have been on the stage performing and you singing your heart out or doing a spoken word piece and you see people just starting to stand up and walk out, that's going to mess up your ego. That's going to mess up your feeling. Dana, how would you feel if you playing the drums and you singing, you know, the Becitated pentagraphs, you just doing it, and you see people getting up, walking out and doing this? Like, man, how would you feel?
Now, part of me would be upset, but then the other part of me would be like, well, shoot, I already got paid. So it's, you know, y'all can leave if y'all want to. Y'all bought a ticket to get up in here. So if you want to pay me and then get up and walk out, that's on you.
That's your ego talking. That's your ego talking. Because I guarantee once you got off them drums and saw an empty room,
backstage, I'll probably be going in.
Because you know you won't fill up the next room.
Right.
Your ratings have just dropped. They've just plummeted, you know. So I think that we're going to start seeing these kind of walkouts. Our mass exoduses are going to start occurring, I think, within the Black church very soon, because we're getting burnt out. We're getting tired. And not even talking about, you know, LGBTQ issues. A lot of Black pastors don't even talk about systemic racism. You know, pause. Harold said, I still get international men. Harold, do you know that International Men used to be my favorite catalog? That's when Shamar Moore first came out. And I was like, who is this dude? That's when I knew something about me was different. You know, I was like, something about me is a little, you know, it's a little curious. You know, I'm like, International Male. Yes. Then when they opened their store, they opened the store on Santa Monica Boulevard. And I was like, oh my, I'm finna go to International Male. All right. But I digress. I think that a lot of these pastors, they don't talk about, you know, sexuality. You know, they don't know how to talk about it, but they also avoid any kind of stuff that when it talks about systemic oppression, racism. Yep. You know, they don't talk. I can count the number of pastors that I heard preaching the pulpit, you know, about George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Alton Sterling. They don't incorporate this into their sermons. It's like they're scared of being Black. And I'm like, what is it? Why are these Black pastors scared to preach out about Black issues, to really ruffle up the congregation, to remind the congregation, yo, we are still Blacks in America. We can shout up and down these aisles. We can pray. We can hoop. We can holler. We can sing. We can shout. We can dance. But once we walk out the church door, once we go through the vestibule back out into the block, we are Blacks in America. How do pastors prepare their congregations to exist in a racist society? Dana?
I don't think they know how to prepare because they probably don't know themselves. So you can't teach or show someone something if you don't know it yourself. And that's why we say a lot of times, a lot of pastors need to be educated on certain things, certain, like even with the counseling, we can go sit and talk with our pastors, but they're not a licensed therapist.
Right.
So I'm going to give you and I'm not talking about any pastor in particular or anything like that. I'm just saying, you know, and it's like, some will give you what they know as much as they know, and then they'll add the scripture into it. But then what actually is really happening, because you can't really dig deep into it because it's only so far you can go into it. So I can't tell you how to go out and live and function in a society if I'm still learning myself, because my knowledge is limited.
Right. And I agree, because I am in the process now trying to find a grief counselor. I shared last week about what I'm going through with recently finding out that someone, you know, passed away. And I'm trying to find a solid grief counselor. And I found one person. We had a conversation and we talked. And she was like, what are you looking for? I'm like, I am not looking for someone that's going to tell me that all I need to do is pray. I know that. I grew up in church. I am a minister. I am a licensed minister. I know about prayer. I know about faith. I know about fasting. I know about all of that stuff. I don't need someone to sit me down and say, well, you know what, Minister Donta, you know, just take it to the Lord in prayer. As if I haven't already. So you're assuming that is the one thing I have not done, that I came to you before I prayed, if I did anything, I just came to you. I'm like, no, I need someone that's going to give me some practical application, how to navigate through the grief that I am feeling. I need someone who's going to give me some studied advice based upon what they learned, what they were taught, what they are degreed to tell me of how to deal with what I am going through mentally. You know, and I'm being transparent. What I am going through mentally, I am not in the best mental space right now because I'm dealing with grief and loss and everything associated with it. So I don't want to sit and talk to someone just going to tell me to go somewhere and pray. No, I've done that. I've done that, you know, and I'm not going to pay you to tell me that either. Come on, Kyrie, you better preach. I'm not going to pay you all this money for you to tell me to go somewhere and pray. No. Also, that pastors should also have gone to school before they take the pulpit. You know, I think right now we've become too habitual in passing down these mantles to unqualified individuals. And we have people that are taking the seats of pastoral leadership simply because their father was the pastor. Their father was called. You were neither called nor chosen, but you feel that you should take this seat because you have the last name and you want to keep the legacy going, not realizing that your last name or your demeanor is going to destroy the entire church. So I think that clergy needs to be have some kind of degree in sociology, some kind of degree in human studies. They have studied people, you know, something like that, because you're dealing with people's lives. It's not just their soul. You're dealing with their livelihood, how they navigate life, how they interact with other people who may not believe like you. All of that is being taught in the church from someone that is not degreed, and they inherited their way into a role of leadership. That is a disservice to not only the congregation, but to the Black community as a whole. You know, that's just what I think. What do you think, Dana?
I mean, I agree to some point, because again, we can use pastors, we can use parenting, we can use someone that's just in charge of people. It's most of the time you can be educated and know all of this stuff, but then it's your approach and it's how you present it. Because again, I always say, dealing with youth and dealing with people and certain things, you can talk at somebody and they'll immediately shut down. You have to talk to people in a way that they understand what it is that you're talking about. Because you could get a pastor that's well educated, but they were young back in the 40s and 50s, and then you try to not 40s and 50s, but 60s, 70s, and then you want to talk to these children now or these youth now. It's a whole different ball game, because you're going to be, if you don't talk to them in a language that they understand, they'll sit there and look at you like you're talking a different language. And a lot of people listen, and I said this before, a lot of people listen with their eyes. What me saying that is, they're watching everything that you're doing or someone else is doing, and they're taking from that and building what they want to interpret and understand themselves. And then here you come, be it a pastor, be it a person in charge, be it a person or whatever, and you just automatically come in with the fist and a hammer instead of coming with some type of empathy and talking to someone versus talking at them. It's a big difference. You could be anybody. Anybody could do that.
Right. I agree. And I want to tackle Serena's comment, then we're going to just move on to our last little more lighthearted type of interaction. So Serena Wilcox just said, I think the main reason why some Black churches don't deal with the issues we're talking about is because they agree with the toxic ideology. Serena, I agree with you. And I'm also going to add to this. They are also not learned enough to disagree. So they agree with it only because they don't know enough not to. And I say that from experience. You grow up in the Black church and you're being taught one way to approach Christ, one way to worship, one way to practice your denomination. Kojic, you can't join in, got to be born in. You're raised with these ideals. You're raised with these behaviors. You're raised with these traditions. You don't know anything else. You don't even realize that you're in cahoots with a toxic ideology. because all you know is all you know. And for a lot of saints, their eyes don't open until they step away from the denomination or away from their church, travel the world, go off to college, join the military, join a band, and they tour the nation. Whatever the case may be, that has pulled them out of that I would say stable religious environment, to where they're now exposed to other approaches to God, other practices, other people that still love the same God, but don't necessarily look like them. When they're challenged in that mindset, then they walk back into their home church, and it's like, it's broke up in here. This ain't right. This ain't God. God is bigger than 54th and Hooper. You know, it's more to God than what we've made based upon this storefront mentality. And not shaming the storefront church, because I grew up in a storefront church. But when you go back to that storefront after being exposed to all these different approaches and all these beautiful ways to get to God, when your mind is like this and not like this, now you can battle against that toxic ideology. But when you're in it, you don't know any other way. It's like an abusive relationship. You don't know he ain't no good until you get around a good dude. You know,
Right,
you have no idea. You know, and same with sex. If you only have sex with one person, that's all you know. That person could be blowing your mind, not. And then you get with somebody else and like, oh my goodness, at home is whack. This is where it's at. I got to teach home how to do it better. You know, that's a very crude way of saying it, but some of y'all need that kind of gutter talk to get what I'm talking about, Kyrie.
Right. Call his name. Call him and watch him show his head. Watch him show his head. Watch him show his ugly head. Call his name.
Right. So I'm just saying, yes, Ray Bishop, you're right. The eyes of some are opened by hurt too, unfortunately. Unfortunately, some people get their eyes opened by hurt. And usually that hurt comes when those fingers point back at you. Because you could be that one person that's been bashing gay folks, bashing women, bashing all that. And then guess what happens? Your videotape leaks. Your stuff gets out there in the open. And now you humble.
Right.
You know, we need to forgive everybody. Yo, but you didn't forgive me, Pastor. You didn't forgive me. Well, you know, I've learned a lesson, and I'm just saying, thank you, Francine, for subscribing to my channel. Listen, if you've not subscribed to the Donta Show, please do so. Over on that You and that Tube, go to youtube.com/Donta Morris and click that subscribe button, and you'll be part of the village. You'll be part of the village and
Black
all
hearts,
the
green hearts, all of
and
it.
provide. We appreciate you so much. Before we wrap up tonight, I want to ask everybody, did y'all see Shantae Moore at the Soul Train Awards? Mama beasted it. Shantae Moore came out and showed all these millennial singers, all you got to do is sit and sing. Shantae Moore sat on that bar stool and chirped. And I think Shantae is, I don't think she's 60 yet, but Shantae, she's up there, 65. But she looks amazing. Now, why was she at the Soul Train Awards? I don't know. She has no music. She has no new album coming out, but she is newly married to someone. Y'all can Google who Shantae Moore is married to, and you'll get an aha moment of why she was there. But she was on the Soul Train Awards. I think it aired on Saturday or Sunday. She's only 54. Shantae Moore is 54. She looks I'm 50. Dana, you're... So Shantae Moore looked amazing. She sounded amazing. If you have not seen it, just go to YouTube, type in Shantae Moore Soul Train Awards. It's whatever. She's going on tour. Is she singing anything new, Kyrie? She's going on tour. Yes, Love's Taking Over is amazing. If she's not bringing out Keith Sweat, I don't want to hear it. If she ain't singing Candlelight and You, shut up, Shantae. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. What?
Keith Sweat.
Keith Washington.
Okay.
Did I say Sweat? Yeah. My bad. You know what I was talking about.
Oh, man.
Yeah. You're right, Thais. Mariah has 48 hours to respond live.
Oh, yeah. She
live.
No, live.
Because,
Shantae.
Yeah, Shantae did that live. And I think the only one that I know that probably can hit the note with such purity and crispness like that is Shanice Wilson.
And they both got 2 kids, so Mariah ain't got no excuse.
No excuse. But I don't know if Shanice Wilson can sing it like Shantae Moore. But yeah, Shanice Wilson also can do that whistle note and kill with it. Mariah, and I love Mariah. Mariah's one of my favorite singers.
Don't talk about her. She's watching. You know she's
yeah, so
watching.
I feel bad. And if she ain't Nick is, I one of his kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I really feel bad. You know, yeah, Mariah got to take a sucrets, a tea with cayenne and lemon. Mariah got to gargle. Mariah got to do all kind of stuff before she hits that note. Rochelle Farrell. There you go. You're right. Rochelle
Wait,
Farrell.
I don't know if Lamar's joking or not.
Yeah, Rochelle Farrell is it? Did he say Jackie Clark?
Oh God!
Jackie.
Who had been saying that? Who said that? Who said that? Who said that?
Now that Ty showed this clip, Escape sounded kind of good too, though. No, you got to give it to them girls.
They sounded good. I like.
They sounded good for their age.
They did.
Are now.
They did. I did not like Latasha coming in after Tiny already wrecked it and then came in.
Yeah, it's like she's
doing. Tiny already did that.
It's like me and you preach it, and then the pastor comes up after us.
Right.
They forgot about us.
I gave the word. What are you doing? Sit down. Sit down. You know, but yeah, all right. All right, so y'all, that wraps up tonight's show. Tomorrow night, we're having a battle. We're having a battle. So I'm gonna tell you what the topic is tomorrow before y'all even log off. Tomorrow we're gonna talk about who is or more or what. Kwame, you are so petty. I just saw your inbox message. Is or more? Did Janet eclipse Michael? Basically, did Janet eclipse Michael? Or is Michael always going to be the reigning king and Janet will always be here? So that's our conversation for tomorrow. I got two guests going to come on and we're going to unpack the Janet Michael battle because we can't do a versus, but it's going to be a battle on the Donta Show. So them wigs came from the Tyler Perry studio. Them wigs that Escape had on. I mean, my hair moves more than those wigs moved. They could have walked outside and been whisked off to Oz and their hair still would have been sitting still. It was as bad as that wig that Diana Ross wore when she played Dorothy. It was horrible. That wig, those wigs were atrocious. It was as bad as the wig that girl wore in the Tyler Perry movie that had Cicely Tyson coming outside in the streets and whatnot. It was, who did that? And to know that Candy is worth all that money.
Her and Tiny.
T.I. could have easily said, yo, I'm going to take you wig shopping, boo. You know, if you don't have it, I got it. I'll buy you a wig. Todd could have bought Candy a better wig.
Harold, I was thinking the same thing.
It was, Slauson Beauty Supply. It was no moisturizer. It was no nothing. And who designed those gold metallic take me to the moon outfits? Where did they get those lost in space flashback suits, bro?
They sounded great.
But I could do without the foil. It was foil and straw. That's all I saw on that stage, foil and straw. But I love it. Congrats on your lady.
You know, they look like. Remember when you was little, and your grandmother used to make they took the bouillon cubes. Wrapping up the chicken bouillon cubes to make the chicken roux for gumbo. No. Yeah, they didn't do that out here?
No.
Okay, well, I'll use this. They look like Top ramen packets. How about that? Thank you.
You tried.
Thank you. Right.
So that's tonight's show, y'all. So please tune in tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Follow me on the I and the G at Donta_Morrison, Donta_Morrison. Follow Dana, DNA716 for all your tips and tricks on how to use a bouillon cube to make a wig. So we thank you, Village. Thank you for rocking with us. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We will see y'all tomorrow night right here, YouTube and Facebook. 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with the Janet versus Michael Jackson Battle Royale. Take care. Good night. God bless. Protect your peace. Protect your peace at all costs and know God for yourself. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Good night.
My shit. Yeah, my shit. Yeah, see.
He actually got a turtleneck on. That's a turtleneck.
You said a bouillon cube. I don't get it. You gotta show me. Do a demo. Your mom's here. Do a demo.